So I wanted to share something with you in JavaScript that sometimes you might run into this issue if you're not using the let or the const keyword. Imagine you have a list of names and you want to kind of loop over them using the var keyword for some reason. So if you want to loop over these names with a traditional for loop and say var I is equal to 0, and you wanted to do an asynchronous set timeout and basically console log the name, one strange thing you might see is that you'll see it prints out undefined for these, although you would think that it would print out Bob and Sally. Now the way this works is set timeout is actually going to be invoked at a later time, which means that I is going to be 2 when this is actually finally ran. So one way that you can fix this is changing the var to a let and put it inside the for loop, but you can also use something called an immediately evoked function expression. So what we could do is we can actually wrap this whole timeout with a function, and I'm going to call it with names of I right then and there. I'm going to put this timeout, make sure it's wrapped in this IIFE. And I also want to make sure that this function takes in a parameter called name. And now I'm actually going to print out name here instead of names of index I. So let's run this code and see what happens. Notice that it prints out Bob and Sally.